Great games at your table. This is Jonathan Alvin, and this is Game Master's Toolbox. We're going to be doing a refreshing course on a refresher course on storytelling basics, and we're going to talk about a bunch of subjects as usual. I've got my outline here, and then after that, I'll be carrying on an ongoing conversation, kind of as a debrief for a game I just held. So, welcome aboard, and hope I've got some information that can help you out, and we'll have some fun, some interesting conversations. So the first thing we need to talk about is a refresher course for storytelling basics. Is remember that dice results are not a trump to your role playing experience. In other words, if players are engaging in role play, don't turn to a dice roll to resolve it. If unless for some reason they have created a randomness situation in the roleplay. When you use dice to determine an outcome, you are literally throwing up your hands and saying, I don't know what could happen or what should happen here. And so you're leaving it to the dice. And to do so in terms of roleplay is kind of unfortunate, especially if the players are endeavoring to actually do a good job of role play. They're actually involved in the story and the elements that you have going on at the moment. So don't turn to the dice for an answer unless you really want a random answer. You want to hold on to continuity from scene to scene. And to do that, you've got to keep your kind of hands on the reins. If you leave continuity to die rolling, you're going to end up with gaps and confusing results and sometimes hard to interpret or hard to describe situations. Of course, this means that you as the game master need to maintain a constant state of play awareness. In other words, you've got to keep track of what's going on and who's where. And in doing so for yourself, you afford your players the opportunity to also have a good handle on what's going on in the scene. The reality is that the constant state of play awareness is a result of being in the moment in the scene every time with the players, so that they're not alone in it and they're not having twist in the wind looking for results. And that's why switching over and depending on a die roll for an outcome can actually harm your storytelling continuity. Because when it comes down to it, you want to give the players what they really want from the game, and that sometimes they don't even know what that means. A player who sets about to discover the answers to questions and actually work on the puzzle of your story or the dynamic of your story isn't wanting to feel like that work is wasted. They want to feel like they're having an input, they're having an impact on the world. And so by engaging with them and accepting what they are doing as what they really want to do and giving them the kind of game that they're looking for, you are achieving a bigger, higher goal than just telling a story. You're actually engaging with the players and providing them with the memories and the experiences that they're looking for. And this really comes down to remembering the reasons for the story that you're telling anyway. The player interaction that you have with them in session 0 that tells you what they're trying to accomplish, what it is they're trying to get to, really give you an opportunity to play into that direction, to guide the game direction they want to go, and provide them with the satisfying outcomes that they want to experience. Now, when you do this, this requires you to have a communications feedback loop. You need to be able to feed into the players what is going on in the story, and like fashion, draw back from them how they are satisfied with the story and what they are accomplishing to make sure that they are feeling the utility of the story. They're feeling the part of it. And that requires this constant ongoing feedback loop. Now, that doesn't mean you close your eyes to the objective. It doesn't mean that you're not trying to appeal to the players in a way that gets them to move the direction you would like to see the story go in. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a hardline defining character persona. You're not having to set a bar that they have to follow. But it does mean that you need to be able to tell when a story is reaching its goal and reaching its objectives, and that means ultimately you need to know when a story reaches its end. Now, in the case of an ongoing saga, certainly every episode doesn't have to end, but you do have to feel for it so that you can tell when what is a good day to have a cliffhanger episode and which ones you want to have a satisfying conclusion to, which times you have time and to spare to resolve all questions, and other times when you're going to leave them wondering what's going on. And so you have to learn how those things measure together. In essence, you need to stay consistent, you need to stay focused, and you need to stay adaptable, because when you are all of these things, then you're able to stay excited about the story and provide the players with the outcome that makes them feel like they are part of something really, really special. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now, and I'll be here to communicate for a bit longer if anybody wants to jump on. It's just 10 minutes after, and that was a pretty quick thing. If you like what you're seeing on the channel, make sure you follow the channel. Make sure you go over and check out the YouTube channel at NycosRPG on YouTube, and give me a subscribe over there. It doesn't cost anything, and it gives you updates on whenever new material is coming down the pipe. And also make sure that you provide me any commentary if you'd like to talk about a particular subject, you want me to cover some specific esoteric ruling mechanism or whatever you'd like to do. Feel free to put that into the commentary in the chat box when I'm on, and I'll be glad to do that. We're on here every night at 11 p.m. This is Jonathan Albin, and this has been Game Master's Toolbox for Monday night, August 7th, and we'll see you next time.